Nadia.
And I'm Nicole, and we are the Wealth Twins. Today we're going to share with you the truth that no one tells you about Visa credit card debt. The reasons why you should get out of credit card debt as soon as possible. And plus, we're going to give you a strategy on exactly how you can get out that Visa debt, okay? If that sounds good to you, please hit that like button so we can get started.
Did you know the first credit card was made in 1950 by Francis McNamara? He came up with the idea after he went out to dinner with clients and left his wallet at home. He was so embarrassed that he created the Diners Club card. He invented that credit card as a backup to the money he already had, not as a way to keep running balance and get into debt, like most people use credit cards today.
Now, it's been said that the rich use debt to become richer while everyone else uses debt to become poorer, okay? Did you know that when more people use their credit cards, it is actually good for the economy, and that Visa credit cards are considered a tool for economic expansion?
Now, let me explain. Companies create products and services and then convince you that you need them in your life. When you buy goods and services using your Visa credit card, three things happen. The company that sold you the goods brings in more revenues, which helps their stock price go up. The credit card company that gave you the Visa credit card now is able to make an average of 18% off of the money they loaned you, and you end up accumulating debt and paying much more than you would have if you simply had paid for the item in cash.
To make it clearer, the company made money, investors who own the company stock made money, the credit card company made more money, and whoever had the Visa actually lost money, okay? Now, I also forgot to mention, the government made money too, okay? They charge sales tax. So everyone made money in this equation except for the person using the Visa.
And that's just messed up. Consumers that use Visa credit cards are on the wrong side of the economic growth equation and cannot truly take advantage of the wealth opportunities that happen in a growing economy.
Now, you can tell yourself that this really doesn't apply to your situation because you invest or because you're doing a great job saving for retirement. If so, then I have to have a point pointed out to you and do some basic math to show you that you're actually taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, all right? How can you really come out ahead when you're making probably 3 to 15% on your investments and have a large credit card balance that is charging around 18%?
Bottom line, carrying credit card debt is hurting your pocket now and your earning potential. The best way to use a Visa credit card is to use it as a backup to the money you already have instead of creating debt. Get a card with great perks. Maybe it's for travel, for airline miles, or cashback. Then you use that Visa for your day-to-day expenses, and after the month, pay the bill off in full.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the interest rate on the card because you'll pay the whole balance off during the grace period when you don't accrue interest, okay? When you do that, you are winning,
You're
okay?
winning.
You get all the perks that a Visa offers and none of the negative effects of having credit card debt.
Yeah, you can also improve your credit score doing this because of your credit to debt utilization ratio. Access to credit cards could be a good way to help you establish your credit score. You just don't want it to negatively impact you.
Okay, the Visa credit card companies won't like you though because they can't make money off of anyone that pays their bill within the grace period. It's just bad for business.
Now, here's a fun fact for you. If you're one of the people who don't pay off the balance every month, the banks have to use you to subsidize the lifestyle of those customers who do pay off their balances. Banks only make money when people keep a balance and have to pay them back with a high interest rate. If Visa and other credit card companies don't have enough people paying down their debt slowly, the credit card business just won't be profitable.
So choose who you want to be. The person who uses Visas to maximize the benefit or the person who's going to be a long-term Visa customer that gets into debt.
Question for you. Do you think getting free perks and paying off the balance on a monthly basis is a smart way to use your Visa credit cards? Let us know in the comments below.
Now, outside of, using perks for credit cards and learning how to use debt correctly, let's talk about adulting, okay? Mel Robbins says the biggest problem with adulting is that we have no one that's going to tell us what to do and push us in the right direction. When we were younger, it was our parents. They were the ones forcing us to get out of bed, go to school, turn off that TV, and do our homework. But when we become adults, it has to be us that do it for ourselves, okay? The adults that are able to get themselves to do the things that they're supposed to do in terms of health, career, wealth, are usually the ones that are going to end up being successful.
Success is about discipline, and one of the most effective ways to build up discipline is to be able to say no to your impulses. Before Visa credit cards, many goods associated with wealth like luxury cars, expensive vacations, and designer wardrobes were out of reach for the average person. Now that Visa credit cards are widespread, anyone can buy these things, even though based on income levels, they aren't affordable.
Now, one reason people buy things that they can't afford is because of peer pressure and also just wanting to fit in. When we were teenagers, we wanted to be part of the cool kids. We asked our mother all the time if we can get a new outfit or a pair of sneakers, and our mother's response was usually always the same. No, okay? No. She would tell us, just because someone else has it doesn't mean you had to have it, okay? It's a life lesson about handling peer pressure that has helped us out a lot.
We're also teaching this lesson to our children to do the same. Although it can be hard, we're trying to make sure that we practice what we preach. Outside of life lessons, have you ever figured out how much you have to work just to pay the minimum payment every month? Visa credit cards are not just costly in terms of money, they're also costly in terms of time.
A person making $60,000 a year, working 40 hours a week, is actually getting paid about $31 an hour. And by the way, that is before taxes. Now, if that person has $5,000 on their Visa credit card and they're paying a minimum payment of $200 with an APR of 18%, it will take them almost a day's worth of work to get the minimum payment together. And it will still take 11 years to pay off that debt, okay? You work hard, and a credit card will make you work even harder.
I guess that's why they call it MasterCard or Visa, because they control where you go and what you do.
Okay.
So why not use the money you work hard for to help you build your wealth? You can pay off your house quicker or pay off your student loans faster. When you take into account the interest rates on most consumer credit cards compared to the longer term loans for like student loan debt or housing, you will see that really you can't justify taking out that type of debt for what you're actually getting back.
So now that you know all this, how can you actually get out of debt, and how do you avoid slipping back to using your Visa credit card as part of your routine? Now, the quickest way to pay off any credit card debt is to pay more than the minimum balance.
Now, the way to avoid debt in the future is to start budgeting so that you can find the extra money to pay for the Visa credit card and also start putting some money into savings. You want to be able to get up enough savings to cover an emergency you would normally cover with your Visa credit card.
Also, do not make your Visa an extension of your paycheck, i.e. buy things that you can pay for with cash. Once you run out of cash, that's it. Your paycheck provides you cash and your Visa provides you with debt.
Yeah. Another way to avoid getting into more debt is to delay gratification. If the thing you're trying to buy is timeless, why not use time to help you purchase it? Save up for it and it will still be of value to you. There is no race.
No race.
If it isn't timeless or you don't think you will want it later, then ask yourself if this is something you should really buy.
We both had credit card debt, and every once in a while, we might put on a little bit of balance on our Visa cards. But we make it a priority to pay it off as quickly as possible because we know the true cost of carrying a balance.
If you would like to see where you are with your finances compared to your peers and pinpoint areas where you can improve, download our free Money GPS scorecard. It will show you right away which areas you're strong in, the areas you need to focus on, and also give you a roadmap on where your next steps should be.
If we were able to convince you to think twice before using your Visa credit card, show these twins some love, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.